This is the MSR Hubba NX. This is the 2016 model that has the updated pullouts on the different areas. Let's walk over here. You can see we have a pullout here on this side. We have a pullout here on this side. This is the main update. There's also one on the back right here. As you can see, I don't have the back here pegged out just because I ran out of room, but the other one is you have two pullouts right here, one on both ends. So that was the big addition for 2016 when we got this updated model. So this is a view of the vestibule. The vestibule has about 30 inches of space. Lots of room here to store backpack, shoes, whatever that you need overnight. It's a one-man tent, so you think it's got a width of 30 inches, so you can fit. I've got, when I show you here in a second, there's a long and wide Big Agnes Q-Core SL in there. Fits it perfectly. But you're pretty much just sleeping in there, and you may have some clothes with you. That's about as good as it's going to get, but you have plenty of room with this 30-inch vestibule out here. Let's zoom in here a little closer. You can see I don't have this tent staked out at all, but there's plenty of room between the rain fly and the outer cover, which is great for ventilation and so that your condensation doesn't get on you. I'm going to jump in here in this tent so you can kind of get a feel for how this looks. Side entrance door. Go ahead and kind of pull this out of the way. Obviously it's got a little keeper right here, just like most tents do these days. I will say one of the weird things is you would think the zipper would go further, but it just kind of ends right there. I don't know what the exact reasoning is, but that's what they did. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down in here so you can kind of see. My head is not touching, my feet are not touching. The walls on the inside are nearly vertical in nature. The way that they've designed this tent, I mean, I'm 6'2", and I've got plenty of room. The tent measures 85 inches in length, and typically that's too short for me in a tent, but in this case it works because of the walls, they're not slanted like maybe the Big Agnes Copper Spur or the Fly Creek, where it's very stiff slant. Your feet are going to touch if you're a taller guy, so highly recommend this for a tall guy. Let me bring this in so you can kind of see what it looks like on the inside. So this is kind of the view from the inside here. I'm going to release this from a tripod. Bear with me. Alright. So you got plenty of room here. You can see here's my pad. I'm kind of at the end. I'm kind of on a slope here. So you can see I'm kind of going in. Got plenty of room right here. Easy. There's some space here so you can put whatever you need, extra jackets, anything like that. But there's plenty of space to kind of store some stuff along the edge here so that your clothes aren't going to be out, just maybe your pack and your shoes. And you're probably going to have a pack cover over it anyway, which will be handy. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and shut this vestibule so you can get a feel for how much room there is. Zip this. Alright, so as you can see, like, I'll go ahead and put my feet in this thing and try and get you as wide angle as I can. I got plenty of room. You know, I can easily put my pack here. You can easily put your boots. You know, for me, I hunt, so I'm going to put a bow on top of that too. It's a one-man tent, so, you know, as you're getting out at night, it's going to be maybe a pain just to crawl over stuff, but kind of such is the life. This little shelter comes in. When I took all the bags out and just weighed what you needed to actually do it, I was at 2 pounds 8 ounces, which is a little bit less than the minimum weight that they show online, so that was a good thing. But you know what I'll do typically is before the morning I'll make up a cup of coffee here with a stove. I use a MSR wind burner, but there's plenty of space here to do that in. Keep all your stuff. You can push it to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and lay down so you can see again, kind of with me in the tent. Like, I'm not touching the edge. I'm moving my feet around. You got plenty of space, plenty of headroom. I hope that this can get across. Like, this camera is head level with me, and I've got at least another 3 to 4 inches above my head. For a solo tent at this weight, great deal. Anyway, I'm gonna go over and take a look now at the Hilleberg Akto. So this is the Hillberg Akto. This has been my go-to tent for the last few seasons. This is another one-man tent. Weighs about 3 pounds, 8 ounces, so about 3.5 pounds. This has been a stellar tent. I've used it in Colorado, in Wyoming, up in the high country on different hunts. Used it in New Mexico on a turkey hunt too recently, as I was testing out some different things. Basically today what I'm doing is I'm going to do a comparison of the Hilleberg Akto and the MSR Hubba NX. I've picked up the Hubba NX as a potential summer scouting trip tent up into the high country, and then just super lightweight, maybe early season mule deer depending on where we're going. But you know, you have a weight difference of roughly a pound when I've weighed everything out. The Akto's about 3.8, and the MSR is about 2.7, 2.8. So, you know, there's pluses and minuses to both. The MSR, you get a little bit higher roof line, well, a much higher roof line, and a much lighter product, but you also, you lose a little bit of durability compared to a Hilleberg. Compared to other stuff, the MSR is looks like a very stout tent. But let's keep looking here at the Hilleberg today. Hilleberg 3.8 pounds. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on inside so you can kind of see the difference. So I moved the camera a little closer just so you can see, but I got plenty of headroom in here. This one's got about 36 inches of space. That one over there is sitting at around 38. Overall, I've got headroom in the center. I've got plenty of space here to spread out. I'm gonna go ahead and lay down so you can kind of see. I've got tons of space compared to the MSR. Hopefully you can see I've got a good 8 to 10 inches here, and then in front of my feet I've got another roughly 3 to 4 inches. Just a ton of space. I'm going to take this off the tripod here. So basically this is the inside. You can see I'm sitting in here. You got plenty of space here. There's the stuff sack that it comes in, just to give you a little perspective. It runs all the way side to side. Let's go ahead, I'm gonna undo this. There's a standard hold here. That undone. Let that come down. So now we're effectively closed in here. I'll put my feet out so you can kind of see. We got plenty of space. I got plenty of room to cook here, make your coffee. You also, so this is the thing about the 4-season. You've got, it goes all the way to the ground, which it keeps out drafts. It helps. On the side, which we can't see them right here, there's actually a door here, and there's a door on the other side the same way that you can unzip, and that allows you to get some ventilation. Other thing is, right here, let's see if I can get that in. Right here there's a vent that zips down, and it allows you to get plenty of air, and you've got this nice little shelter thing. So if you're cooking, you get plenty of oxygen, so you don't kill yourself in one of these deals. Always, if you cook in a shelter, have plenty of ventilation. But you can have this open when it's raining, because it's got the nice little hood vent here. Again, plenty of space. Pretty awesome deal. Let me zip this back up. just to kind of finish off the tour, you got plenty of space. You've got, I would say this one is, you've got considerably heavier duty materials being used than in the MSR, but you're also, you're gonna carry an extra pound into the backcountry. The inner is made of a fabric that allows moisture to get out, but it also retains heat, which is different than the mesh that's on the MSR. When I've camped, I feel like it's about 10 to 15 degrees warmer in here if I have everything buttoned down. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this little main door so you can see what that looks like. So, I'm gonna shut the main door here. So, you can see it goes kind of length of the tent. There's actually a flap right here that's Velcro that you can, this is mesh, and you can get some more ventilation. Most nights I sleep with the door open as long as it's not raining. You know, and even if it was, as long as you don't have anything out in your vestibule, it's gonna be in good shape. You're not gonna get wet just because of how much space there is in this tent. It's full coverage. I mean, it would really have to be a storm to get in here, especially with everything buttoned down. You're just not going to get wet. So just to do a quick rundown on the two shelters, just kind of to end this thing. You've got the MSR. This is the Hubba NX, kind of in your pack weight, 2.7 pounds. Excellent little shelter, super ultra light, but made of good materials. I would say stronger, more durable materials than anything else you're going to see from the ultra light that's going to get you down to the 2 pounds. But when you're spending this much money on a tent, you want something that's going to last. It's got a lot of headroom. It's of lot of ventilation. It's got a good vestibule. With the addition of the 2016 tie-outs, just really helps kind of put this tent over the top. Hillberg Akto, fantastic tent. You just can't beat it. Plenty of room. The vestibule, while is slightly smaller in width, seems to have slightly more space, just I think because of the way your fly goes all the way to the ground. This one comes in at about 3.5 pounds. The Hilleberg Akto is not a freestanding tent. You have to stake it out. The MSR is freestanding, so you don't have to stake it out. The Hillberg is built like a tank, so for that extra pound, that extra weight, you're getting a tent that is extremely solidly built. You're also paying a little bit more for it. But the Hilleberg, the great thing about it is, since it's a little warmer with the 4-season inner that doesn't really have a whole lot of mesh, you can take a little bit lighter sleeping bag. You can, if you use a liner like I do, you can kind of leave that liner at home. But overall, just a fantastic tent. Plenty of room, plenty of breathability. I haven't had the condensation issues that others have because I've been opening up these doors on the side. But overall, just a fantastic tent. These two probably shouldn't be compared, other than for just kind of size, because they're really two different tents, two different uses. But you could probably get by. You can get by with the Hilleberg in all scenarios. The MSR, you're really just kind of trying to lose the weight and get a little bit more ventilation, but it is not a 4-season tent. It is a nice weather or slightly, rainy, a little windy, but definitely not 4-season. Anyway, thanks for watching, and message me if you have any questions. Thanks.